Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be reviewing the Redragon K530 60% keyboard. This is the first Redragon keyboard I've ever reviewed, and they did send it out to me as well, so thank you guys for sending out this keyboard for review. Let's get into it. So first of all, I kind of expected this to be like a cheaper version of the AM Pro 2 and maybe somewhat just as good, just adding the Hotswap capability, because this does come with Hotswap switches. They use like the Redragon branded Otemu brown switches as stock, and then obviously you got to use other either Redragon switches from them, or you can just buy some Otemu switches and they should work, because the PCB is a little bit different, so you can't just go ahead and throw on like some Gatorons or cherries or kale. So just beware of that. Just make sure that you get some Otemus. I've tried like 3 Gatoron red switches and to get them to fit into this board, and for some reason they just don't work. All the pins get bent, especially the one on the left side. The pins keep bending, so I'm not gonna continue to break all my Gatoron switches trying to get them to work with this. So as far as I'm concerned, I would only use Otemu switches with this keyboard to maximize compatibility. Now, talking about the rest of the build quality, other than just the hot swap capability, this one is just a plastic case, very similar to like an AM Pro 2 or probably even a GK61. It is height adjustable though. That's the thing that I do like about it. So you are able to get it at a little bit of a higher angle because of that. And then on the side here, on the left side, you have your USB Type-C port, which I'm not really a big fan of, because if you want to use a custom cable, you basically can't, unless you want to look kind of stupid on your desk. So that's a no-go right there. I wish it was on the back of the keyboard. If this was something that was like maybe a Keychron keyboard that's kind of aimed toward productivity, or somewhat of a different mechanical keyboard market, I could forgive it. But this is supposed to be a gaming keyboard, and realistically speaking, you kind of could use it as like your entry-level custom-ish mechanical keyboard, and this is just a no-go for me. Otherwise, it is Bluetooth. That was like the one saving grace that I thought I would like about it quite a bit. So you have your on-off switch here, and you can switch between 3 different Bluetooth devices right on the case itself without having to do like a funky key combination. But the problem that I have with this keyboard is the Bluetooth. So when I disconnect the cable, I put it in Bluetooth mode on my computer, on my desktop, my laptop, a Dell XPS 15. I did not get like a good Bluetooth experience. Like, I'm just figuring, I'm gonna use this, it's gonna be fine, I can use it wirelessly instead of using this this cable here, because I'm thinking, this is a gaming keyboard, the Bluetooth probably works fine because it has Bluetooth 5.0. But unfortunately, the Bluetooth is basically unusable. Whenever I type on the keyboard, there's like a massive delay with the Bluetooth response time, and I don't know why. I tried on 2 different computers and it just works that way. So basically that makes it unusable, and I would not recommend using Bluetooth at anything on this keyboard. I would not do it. And for $65, you would think that an advertised Bluetooth wireless keyboard would be good and not have this much lag, I should say, because it's horrible. I would not recommend using Bluetooth on this keyboard at all. So if you buy it, make sure that you buy it with the intention of using it wired, because you won't have a good Bluetooth experience, or at least I didn't after trying it on 2 devices. This keyboard does feature RGB lighting as well, so all you have to do is press the function 2 key and press function 9 to change between your different RGB modes. You can use function 11 or the minus button or plus buttons to change the brightness level of the RGB, and then you can hold function 2 and use F10 to turn the RGB on or off. Now, one thing that I do like about all these keycaps is that all the shortcuts are printed on the front of the keycap. I like that quite a bit, because what I find myself doing is on other 60% boards that don't have this on their stock keycaps, I basically just never use the function keys, which is fine because I next to never need them, but the one time that you do, you don't really want to be digging out the manual and trying to remember where everything is. So it's nice that they have all the shortcuts like printed on the front of the keycaps. One thing that I thought I would like about this keyboard quite a bit is the fact that the magic function is printed on the caps lock key, and you have WASD printed with the arrow keys as well. So I thought, it would be just like the AM Pro 2. You hold the caps lock key, you hit WASD for your arrow keys. But unfortunately, it doesn't work nearly as well as the AM Pro 2. The AM Pro 2, you hold it and you can actually adjust how long you want to hold the caps lock key for the magic function to engage. So relatively quickly, you can use the WASD as your arrow keys pretty quickly and consistently. But with this, you have to basically hold the caps lock key for a good second and then you can use the arrow keys, which to me completely messes up my workflow because I'm so used to it being a lot faster. The quality of the keycaps is actually very good though. These are double shot ABS with shine through, and again they have the legends printed on the front, so the feel of them is actually very nice. I don't mind it at all. Mine did ship with the Otemu Browns, or otherwise known as the Redragon Brown switches. I'll give you guys a quick sound test right now. I think they sound pretty good. They're moderately smooth. The stabilizers are okay. They can definitely sound better with a bit of lube, but yeah, I just left it stock for the sake of this video so you guys can hear how it sounds out of the box. Now currently the Draconic 530 is listed at about $65 on Amazon, and they have like a $5 off coupon that you can use right now. So more or less it's a $60 keyboard. I cannot honestly tell you that I would spend $60 on this with those said issues. Before I was thinking, you know, this would be like an easily recommended keyboard, you know, for like 50 to 60 bucks, given that the magic function worked and the Bluetooth worked. But unfortunately, because of those two big things, there's just too many other options available in that price range. Or spending a little bit more money gets you a real AM Pro 2 instead of this lookalike. I thought that I would like it. Unfortunately, I don't, and I can't really give it my recommendation. I've been using it for about the past week or so, and it hasn't really grown on me. Maybe next time I try a different Redragon keyboard, I hope to like it, but I hope that you guys take this feedback and apply that to your next 60% keyboard, whether that be the Draconic 535 or 540 or whatever. I want you guys to make sure that you have a solid Bluetooth connection so I can use this wired, move the USB-C port to the back so I can use a custom cable if I want, 110% for aesthetic purposes, but also to charge the battery. The battery life, I didn't get to test it in wireless because it's not practical. So it's 3000 milliamp hour, but unfortunately, like I said, for said issues, I didn't really get to try out the battery life. And then last but not least, the software on this thing, it basically doesn't really do much. Like, you can change a couple things in 3 profiles, but you can't really configure the RGB lighting. You do all of that on the keyboard. And then you can change, you know, whether you want the magic function to be function 1 or function 2. And that's pretty much it, which is pretty disappointing. The software, super bleak. Fix those 3 things, and then I think we got something solid on our hands, because I actually do like these RGB effects quite a bit. Like, I think they look pretty cool. So it's not that I don't like the keyboard, it's just it needs a lot of work in TLC, and I don't know if that can be done with a software update or what, but in its current state, I just can't recommend this. Maybe next time, Redragon, send me something else after some careful testing and consideration. Hopefully in the next version of this keyboard, it is a lot better and a lot more consistent. But alright guys, that is going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you guys want other keyboard recommendations or mice or whatever, feel free to drop a comment below or join my Discord channel as well. Talk about tech all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I will catch you in the next video.